Minnesota is on the verge of passing some of the biggest HOA law changes we've seen in years. And honestly, most homeowners have no idea what's in this bill or how it can affect them. So whether you currently live in an HOA, thinking about buying into one, or serve on a board, these changes matter. So hi everyone, I'm Dawn Crow with DMC Group of Keller Williams Select Realty. I'm a licensed real estate professional here in the state of Minnesota, and I have been spending time digging into the proposed HOA reform legislation because it directly impacts homeowners, buyers, sellers, and associations across the state. And one thing I want to say up front is this isn't HOAs are bad and homeowners are always right. HOAs serve an important purpose. They manage shared spaces, maintain communities, enforce rules, handle budgets, insurance, reserves, and long-term planning. But at the same time, when people are dealing with their homes, their finances, and sometimes disputes or unexpected situations, transparency and process matter tremendously. So I wanted to break this down, what's changing, why this bill exists, and what homeowners should really understand moving forward. So the legislation came after growing concerns across Minnesota from homeowners who felt frustrated with issues involving lack of transparency, communication problems, disputes, fines, legal fees, and sometimes feeling like there wasn't enough due process before decisions were made. Over time, lawmakers were hearing more stories from homeowners who felt they didn't have enough access to information or enough protection when disagreements happened between homeowners, boards, and management companies. So the state responded by creating what many people are calling the HOA reform package or the HOA Bill of Rights. And as of right now, the bill has passed the legislature and is on Governor Walz's desk. So one of the biggest focuses of this bill is transparency, and associations would have stronger requirements around providing access to things like budgets, contracts, meeting information, association records. The overall goal is to help homeowners better understand how decisions are made, where money is being spent, and how the association is operating. Another major area of focus involves fines and legal fees. The legislation would place more structure around how fines are handled, including clearer processes and limitations in some situations. There's also provisions designed to prevent situations where homeowners suddenly end up responsible for large legal fees without proper hearings or procedural steps. That's important because many homeowners don't realize how much authority associations have financially once disputes escalate. This bill also includes anti-retaliation protections, meaning homeowners should be able to ask questions, request records, dispute issues, or assert legal rights without the fear of retaliation simply for just speaking up. And honestly, I think this is one of the areas that resonates most strongly with homeowners because people want to feel heard and treated fairly. And another part of this bill focuses on conflict of interest concerns. So this would require more disclosure around financial relationships between associations and vendors, contractors, and management companies. Again, the overall theme is transparency. There's also stronger requirements around homeowner participation and access to meetings and information. So the general idea is homeowners should have better visibility into decisions that directly affect their home, their finances, and their communities. And as a real estate agent, one of the things I think buyers often underestimate is how much an HOA impacts your day-to-day homeowner experience. And when you're buying into an HOA, you're not just buying the property itself, you're also buying into the financial health of the association, the communication style, the reserve planning, the leadership, the management company, and how disputes and maintenance issues are handled. And that's why due diligence matters so much. Buyers should absolutely review association documents, reserve studies, meeting minutes, budgets, pending assessments, litigation, insurance issue, owner occupancy ratios. All of those things affect your financial investment and your day-to-day experience as a homeowner. And I do want to say this clearly. Being on an HOA board is difficult. These people are volunteers. They are trying to do the best they can with complicated situations, budgets, maintenance issues, homeowners' expectations, planning. And so this conversation shouldn't be about homeowners versus HOAs or HOAs versus homeowners. It should become, how do we create better communication, transparency, fairness, and process for all involved? And my biggest takeaway from all of this is that homeowners need to become more educated and more involved. You need to understand your documents, you need to understand your rights, and you need to understand your responsibilities. Ask questions before problems happen. And if you're buying into an HOA community, understand that the association itself is part of the investment decision. Because how an association operates absolutely affects property values, financial stability, and your homeowner experience. So I'll link the proposed legislation and other resources down below. So take a look at that. Pay attention to what's happening out there. And if you're buying or selling in Minnesota and have questions around HOAs, association docs, etc., please feel free to reach out to me, and thank you so much for watching.